Welcome, Corona Cafe. Today I want to offer you a gentle practice to help with posture. I've been feeling pretty crummy for the past few days, and I've noticed that this tends to happen. And as the chest collapses and the shoulders round because we feel crummy, our breathing closes off. So by opening up the shoulders, pulling the head back, we leave more room to breathe. We leave more room for our heart to do its heart stuff. And we also open up the space at the back of the head, which can help more oxygen to flow to the brain. It can help to decrease compression on some of those cranial nerves. So we want to work toward this more open posture. And so today's practice is very gentle, and it's really geared around that opening of posture and gentle stimulation of the vagus nerve as well. So we will start out on our backs. You don't need any particular props today. This first exercise is very simple. We're going to lie on our backs, interlace your fingers so the thumbs are on the bottom, and then just bring the hands behind the head so that the back of the skull rests on those interlaced fingers, and let the head start sinking into the hands so that there's gentle pressure from the hands on the back of the head for this very gentle cranial stimulation. Now, the exercise we're going to try is designed to gently begin waking up the muscles at the bottom of the skull to try to help with realignment and stimulation of the vagus nerve. So take a big inhale, and then on the exhale, without moving any other part of your body, just gaze to the right. So only your eyeballs move. And we're going to hold our gaze to the right for about 30 seconds. So the head relaxes into the hands. The breathing is relaxed. Only the eyes are working. And it's subtle, but whether or not you feel it, those muscles at the base of the skull are working to coordinate with the eyes, even though the neck and the head seem to be holding still. Breathe here. I suddenly have a very large flock of birds that has come to join me, so you might hear some background noise. Notice what happens in your body here. You might sigh, you might yawn, you might swallow. Any of those can be signs of the parasympathetic nervous system kicking in, so the body relaxing. Go ahead and let the eyes come back to center. If you didn't yawn or swallow or sigh, that's okay. See if you notice any subtle shifts in where you are energetically. Just being curious about your own experience. We're going to do the same thing now, looking to the left instead. So take a breath in. Take your gaze to the left. Again, only the eyeballs are moving. Hold them there. But let the breath continue to flow naturally. Enjoy the feeling of gentle pressure at the back of your skull. Feel the rest of your body settling into the support of the ground. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. And watch for any subtle shifts in how your nervous system feels, any subtle energetic shifts. When you're ready, let the gaze come back to center. And we'll stretch the arms overhead, find a full body stretch. Go ahead and grab the left wrist with the right fingers and scooch the upper body. I have so many birds over my head. Please don't poop. I wish you could have seen that. It was pretty, and I'm really glad I didn't get pooped on. So walk the arms over to the right. The upper body comes over to the right as we pull gently on that left arm with the right hand. And then scoot the feet over to the right, maybe even crossing the left foot over the right. So we've created a C curve here with the spine. Once you find that C, just relax, settle. Let the hips melt toward the earth. Breathe into the spaces that you're creating between your left ribs. As our posture slouches, we collapse these spaces between the ribs, not only in the upper back, but also in the mid back, the lower back. And so we're going to work to bring some of that space back in our practice today. When you're ready, release the hands, uncross the legs, scoot back to center. Feel the full length of your body again. And then we'll take the upper body over to the left. This time the left hand grabs around the right wrist. The left foot comes over to the left and the right foot crosses over it. So we have a C curve in the opposite direction. Again, once you bring your body into that shape, let go of the effort. Let go of the work. Settle. Allow the hips to sink toward the support of the ground. Allow the breath to flow into those spaces between the ribs. Allow the sensations and sounds of your breath to wash over and through you like a wave. When you're ready, release the hands, come back to center. And we'll bend the knees, plant the feet, find rootedness in a different way. We're going to inhale the legs up, and then exhale, hug them in. So with the inhale, we're flexing the feet, stretching the legs up to feel the backs of the hamstrings. With the exhale, we're going to bring it in. But now we're going to make the breath a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated, but a little more interesting. We're going to inhale for the count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Repeat at a pace that's comfortable for you. So you don't want to feel like you're forcing, like you're struggling through those holds. The main idea is to lengthen the exhalation, to make the exhale the longest part of your breath, and that's going to stimulate the vagus nerve. When we stimulate the vagus nerve, keep moving with your own breath. We bring the body into a state of the parasympathetic response, which is where we rest, we relax, we digest, we regenerate, we recover. So we bring our body toward health each time that we can engage the parasympathetic nervous system. It's a gentle nudge toward health, toward healing, and toward happiness. Stretch the legs up one more time. At any point, you can return to your natural breath if you prefer. Curl in one last time with your breath. Come to the end of that long exhale. And when you do, we'll drop the arms out to a T. Move the knees away from the chest a little. And on the exhale, your next exhale, whenever it comes, just drop both knees over to the right and take your gaze to your left hand for a reclined twist. When you're ready, inhale the knees back up to center. Exhale over to the other side. Again, taking the gaze away from your legs. I hope you have sunshine wherever you are, and if you don't, I'm glad I can share it with you today. Inhale the knees back up to center when you're ready. You can come onto one side, either side. We're just going to come up to a seated position. So find a nice supported way to get there. If you are outside, you'll probably have some leaf removal work to do. We're going to go ahead and roll the shoulders up toward the ears and down onto the back. 2 more times. And then pause and just notice where your head is in space. Think about your spine and how when we were on our back, our neck was in perfect alignment with the rest of our spine. It was neither forward nor back. See if you can find that alignment and notice whether or not it's your default. For many of us, the default is pulling the head forward, which rounds the shoulders, cuts off blood to the brain, collapses the lungs and the heart. So by simply pulling the skull back just a little bit, we can help the rest of our posture to align. So find that nice alignment of the head. And then we'll take the arms out to the side, fingertips are on the ground, keeping the spine nice and tall, reaching gently upward. Go ahead and walk one hand and then the other back. Continuing to walk back one hand at a time to create an opening for the shoulders. And you just go to where you go. If your shoulders are feeling tight today and your hands can't come back behind you, that's okay. You just go where you go. And when you get there, notice the skull again, making sure that that head isn't reaching forward. Line the neck up with the rest of the spine. Keep the back of the neck long so that we're not collapsing at all into those vertebrae. And as we do, take an inhale, so long neck, inhale, look up. It can be a big look or a little look, as long as we don't collapse in the back of that neck. Exhale down, bringing the chin all the way to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Move with your own breath. Feel the sensations of opening the throat as the chin lifts. Feel the sensations of lengthening the back of the neck and stretching into the shoulders as the chin drops. One more time. And then we'll take the hands forward just a little bit, so we're not at our biggest stretch here with the shoulders. Continue to find that length in the neck, lengthen the spine. Inhale. On the exhale, look one way. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look in the other direction. Inhale back to center. We'll do it one more time each way, moving with your breath. Notice if one side feels more open, if one feels more restricted. We can learn about our bodies in each of these poses, and our bodies change from day to day. All right, let's go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus arms or W arms with the elbows dropping down. The shoulder blades squeeze together and the skull is still gently back rather than jutting forward. And drop those hands down. And now we're going to work again to create some more opening through the thoracic spine, through the side body, and through the side of the neck. To again help with blood flow to the brain, to help our posture, to help with stimulating the vagus nerve. So again, we're going to use our eyeballs. So we'll start, and I'll mirror, so I'll do the opposite direction I say. We'll start by looking with the eyeballs. Nothing moves. The neck is long. The head is lined up with the rest of the spine. The eyeballs look to the left. Get the eyeballs settled, looking to the left. Take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm sorry, I meant to say right, because I'm doing left. It doesn't really matter who can pick your side. We'll say the right. So your eyeballs look one way, and then your ear drops toward that same shoulder, whichever side you're doing. Keep both shoulders relaxed down. They might be tempted to reach up toward your ears, but both shoulders sink toward the ground. The eyeballs continue to look to the side as that same ear reaches for the shoulder on that side. But the shoulder is not reaching for the ear. Breathe. Feel the spaces opening in the side of your neck. Notice if this stretch comes all the way down into the shoulders or the mid-back. When you're ready, look forward. Inhale the head back up. Let it settle. Wiggle the shoulders if they need it. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So first, the eyeballs look in the other direction. The shoulders drop away from the ears. The neck is long. The head is lined up with the rest of the spine. And now that same ear is going to reach for the shoulder. So the head drops down to the side and we open up the other side of the neck. Again, maybe discovering that this stretch comes all the way into the mid-back, especially if we focus on pulling our shoulders back and keeping our head gently back in line with our spine. Notice what your breath is doing. Notice what it feels like to take long exhalations. Notice the space that you're creating for your lungs. Look to the front. Bring the head back up. Let it settle, let it relax. We'll take an inhale, exhale, round the spine like a cat. So the belly button draws back, the chin drops to the chest. Inhale, open up, look up and forward. The shoulder blades pull together. Exhale, rounding like a cat. Inhale, everything opens. Exhaling, feeling what it's like to close off, to pull in. Inhale, feel that opening and lifting. Notice as you settle here if there are any last wiggles your body wants while you're in a seated position before we come back down onto our backs. So maybe you want to bend all the way to one side, opening up the side ribs, and all the way to the other. I invite you to notice what your body's asking for here, or if you're just ready to lie back down. When you are ready, we'll come down onto the back. Start with bent knees, the feet relaxed, the knees maybe knocking together. Close the eyes for a second and just feel your body in space. Notice the way your neck is perfectly aligned with the rest of your spine. Let the head enjoy the support of the ground beneath it. And then we'll go ahead and lift the right knee and the right foot, cross that right ankle so that it comes on top of the left thigh, just above the left knee. We'll flex the right foot, and we've created a little triangle here with the legs. So if you look, you've got a triangle of air that you've created here with your legs. If you sort of gently push this right knee out, you might already get a pretty good hip stretch here. Stay right there if that feels like enough for you. If you want a little more opening, we'll lift the left foot, interlacing the fingers around the left shin or the back of the left thigh. And then the more you draw in with that left leg, bringing it toward the chest, the deeper the stretch for the right hip, continuing to keep that right foot flexed. You can also gently nudge the right knee out away from you as you pull in on the left leg to deepen the hip stretch. Wherever we are, can we back out of our edge, back away from our edge, and come to a place that feels relaxing, that feels healing, that feels restful? So we want to open that hip, but can we do so in a way that feels nourishing and gentle? Take one more deep inhale here. And then with your long, slow exhale, let both legs relax back down. We'll plant the right foot, Cross the left ankle onto the right thigh, flexing the left foot. Inhale, lift the right foot if you need more stretch. We can interlace the fingers around the shin or the back of the thigh. Hope my birds aren't too loud for you. I wish that I could show them to you, but they're behind the camera. Breathe here. If you're at your edge, back away from that edge just a little. Finding a place that you can enjoy, that you can release into, a place that feels like letting go. Feel the body letting go into the support of the ground. Feel the breath moving smoothly through the body. When you're ready, take a last inhale here. Exhale, slowly release the legs down. It might feel good to windshield wiper the knees to sort of let them flop side to side. Notice if there are any last wiggles your body's craving. A full body stretch might feel really good. Reaching through the fingers, reaching through the toes. Feel the full length of your body. Hugging into a ball might feel really good. Getting tiny, giving yourself that squeeze that we all need right now. When you're ready, relax into your Shavasana. So you can lie on one side, you can lie flat on the back. See if you can find a place where it feels comfortable to close the eyes and allow the body to release into the support of the ground. Notice the feelings of your body making contact with the earth. Notice the brush of air or clothing against your skin. Notice the gentle flow of breath moving in and out of you. Notice the sensations in your feet, the sensations in your legs, the sensations in your belly and pelvis, the sensations in your back, your chest, your shoulders, the sensations in your neck and your head. Give yourself a moment to simply be. If you'd like to stay here longer, you can. When you're ready to come up, just roll to one side and press up with your arms. A tractor is choosing right now to rumble past. And sometimes that's how it goes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.